Questions for that witness? Hear none. Chair recognizes Mr. Thomas at the mic. Show you registered to testify as Casey Thomas on behalf of yourself on the revised congressional redistricting plan. Is that correct? Understood. Please give us your testimony.
Well, she's a hard act to follow. To the House Select Committee on Redistricting. Thank you, Chair and Vice Chair, and members of the House Select Committee on Redistricting for hosting this important in-person hearing in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in the House District of the Honorable Chris Turner. And yes, I was watching. That's an inside joke. How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here. These are the words from a popular song from the 1990s sung by Deborah Cox. However, these are the same words that many Texans are asking themselves as it relates to this effort of mid-decade redistricting. I served as the chair of the City of Dallas Complete Count Committee on the 2000 census during my time on the Dallas City Council. We led the city through the process of completing the U.S. Census during the pandemic. We didn't begin our redistricting process for the City of Dallas until after we received the results from the 2020 census, and that is traditionally when this process takes place. In the state of Texas, the black, brown, and Asian population each individually outgrew that of the white population over the last decade. But out of the 2 new congressional seats awarded, they both went to white voters. Make no mistake, this is about race and not about party. Let me say that again. This is about race and not about party. If it's not about race, why are the 4 congressional districts targeted by the Department of Justice letter represented by 3 black Congress members and 1 Latino Congress member? Currently, the population of Texas is only 40% white, but white voters control 28 out of the 38 congressional seats, which is over 73%. If the current resident in the White House, that's what I call him, gets his wish, which is an additional 4 or 5 congressional seats, that would increase to 84 or 87%. That's modern day apartheid. This should not be happening in the state of Texas. We shouldn't even be having this hearing. I ask that each of you think about what's in the best interest of your constituents and the people who live in the state of Texas. How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here.
Please
thank you for your time, and may God bless you in the state of Texas.
Thank you for your testimony. Representative Gerhardus for a purpose.
Mr. Thomas,
If you
come back to
once you're done testifying, if you'll wait, there might be a question for you. And going forward, what I'm going to do, just to be courteous, I don't want you to have to sit up there for too long. I'm just going to call y'all 2 at a time, and once you're done, I'll call the next person for that mic and so on. That way you don't have to stand up too long. Ms. Gervin Hawkins is recognized as question witness.
Thank you. Mr. Thomas.
Yes, ma'am.
When we talk about the 3 African-American districts, they're iconic. Would you agree with that?
I would agree 100%.
And when we talk about those seats, they represent who?
They represent, those particular 3 seats represent the late Sylvester Turner, who held that seat, and unfortunately the governor chose to wait until November, almost a year after his death, to fill that seat. Second seat by the Honorable Al Green, who has stood in the face of terror, in terms of death threats. And the third is my brother right here, Congressman Mark Veazey. Thank you for your service and representing the Metroplex.
So, Mr. Thomas, if we look at trying to destroy those districts, we're also trying to destroy iconic, historical African-American history. Would you agree with that?
I agree 100%.
So when we look at the NAACP and your work and Brother Bledsoe's work,
Yes, ma'am.
it appears that work is trying to be unraveled. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. We're seeing decades of progress being unraveled in approximately 6 months.
And also, would you agree it's disrespectful to our iconic Sylvester Turner, Sheila Jackson Lee, Robert Jordan, Nikki Leland? Would you agree with that?
I agree 100%.
So my final question is this. Are we going to let this happen?
Absolutely not.
What did Congressman Garcia say? Hell no. And I would say to my colleagues here on the dais, let's not let D.C. destroy Texas. And I think it's important that everybody in this room stay engaged all the way through to this process so that my colleagues could understand this is unnecessary, it should not be occurring, and we're not going to stand by idly to let it happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Members, any other questions for this witness? Chair Harrison, thank you for your testimony. Witness is excused.